Yo, how y'all boys feeling today? I'm good, I'm chilling. As you can see, we in the build over there. All right, we on my 8th guard build of the year. Yes, 8 guard builds. Call me a lunatic, call me crazy. At the end of the day, bro, I'll be cooking up some gumbo in this builder, I ain't gonna lie. So as y'all can see by the video, y'all already know what type of build this is gonna be. This is gonna be a small guard, you know what I'm trying to say? Anything under 6'5" is a small guard. 6'5" is like the medium range. It's like you get best of both for us. Y'all already know I always show y'all proof that this build is good and stuff like that. But I feel like if you know me and you see me quite a few times, and you already made a build for me, you should already know that this build is gonna be good regardless, you know what I'm trying to say? So we're just gonna get straight into it, you know what I mean? But before we get into anything, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and more importantly, turn on all post notifications and comment down below what you think about this build. And with all that being said, let's get into the build, man. Y'all, so there's gonna be 2 versions of this 6'4" play shot. The first version is gonna be something that I literally just cooked up like yesterday, you know what I'm trying to say? And then the second version is gonna be the one that I had in my Guard University video. If y'all have not watched that video, bro, the link will be down in the description down below, bro. Y'all gotta watch that video, you know what I'm trying to say? Especially if you're trying to cook up on guard this shit and stuff like that, that's gonna be the video for you. But with that being said, we're gonna go on with the first version. So the first version, obviously the position is gonna be a point guard, 6'4" height, 178 weight. I went 178 instead of lowest because as you can see, whenever you mess with the weight, you do get a little bit more perimeter defense. And if you go above 178, the speed with ball is going to be set to a 90, and that's all it's going to be set to. So 178, and then a 6'5" wingspan. So starting off with the finishing, we're going to start off with the driving layup. The driving layup is going to be put to a 76. Y'all already know how I feel about the driving layups when it comes to NBA 2K26. I feel like it's super easy to make a layup, especially if you're wide open in the paint. So with that being said, we don't need to waste too many attributes on driving layup because it's something simple. When you open, you should time your layup, and it should go in every single time. Now for the driving dunk, you want to put the driving dunk to a 75. This build is not to get contact dunks. It's not really meant for any of that, you know what I'm trying to say? It's really meant for his shooting and playmaking and defensive abilities in a sense, because that's what a play shot is, you know what I'm trying to say? It's not really meant to just catch bodies in the paint and stuff like that. Unfortunately, this is not the build where we're gonna sit there and dunk on people all day in the paint. This is not a crazy dunking build. 75 driving dunk, you'll get the job done for some of y'all boys, all right, bro? Now, if you need a 90 driving dunk build, then unfortunately, this is not the build for you, but a driving layup of 76 should balance the build out when it comes to finishing. So we're gonna leave the finishing just like this for now. The close shot is gonna go up by itself from the other attributes going up. So for the shooting, the 3-point shot is gonna be a little different. I usually go with a 94 3-point shot, but for this build specifically, a 93 3-point shot is good just for now. As you can see, 83 midi, because once you put the 3-point up, the midi goes up along with it, and then the 68 free throw just for now. We're gonna go on to the playmaking. So for the pass accuracy, you already know how I feel about this. If you know me and you're not new to this channel, you already know that I do not believe that pass accuracy matters as much as people think that it does. I have 8 guard builds, all have 71 through 76 pass accuracy. My 76 pass accuracy guard feels just like my 71 pass accuracy guard. You know what I'm trying to say? That's just say a lot. We just not gonna spend that many attributes on pass accuracy, bro. It's just not needed. We're gonna go down to the ball handle. We're gonna put the ball handle to a 91 because we are gonna cap break it to a 92. And then for the speed ball, we're gonna max out the speed ball all the way to 91 to get lightning launch on Hall of Fame, which is very key on the 6'4". If you're making the 6'4" with no lightning launch on Hall of Fame, it's just a waste of a build at that point, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. So we done with the playmaking. Now we're gonna go on to the defense. So starting off with the perimeter defense, we're gonna put the perimeter defense up to an 82 because we want to get challenge on silver, y'all. You know what I'm trying to say? We 6'4" at the end of the day. We 6'4" for a reason. We want to get contest. Contest matters like crazy in this game. If you do not have perimeter defense, you will be getting shot over like no tomorrow, especially on a build like this. We need it. You know what I'm trying to say? But we need steal much more. We're gonna go ahead and put the steal to an 85 so that we can get interceptor on gold. At the end of the day, we have a 6'5" wingspan. We 6'4". We want to get those lanes. Lanes are pretty crazy in this game, especially if you play good defense. If you know how to play defense, you know what I'm trying to say, and then you get glove on silver, you can put your max +1 on interceptor to get on Hall of Fame, or even legend. You know what I'm trying to say? With the max +2, we're gonna put our block all the way maxed out to a 62, and then the interior defense, we're gonna leave this like this just for now. You know what I'm trying to say? We're gonna go on to the physicals because we're not gonna be rebounding at all on this build whatsoever. So for the physicals, leave the speed at 91. That is already set to, and the agility, you're gonna want to put it up to an 83. You're gonna want to put down the strength real quick until it puts down the perimeter defense. Go back to your perimeter defense, put it back to an 82, and then we are going to go to steady dunk, and then boom, 99 out of 99 for the 6'4" play shot build in NBA 2K26. The first version though, you know what I'm trying to say, this is how it's gonna look, and I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna cook up with the cap breakers real quick, don't worry. So ideally, what I would do with this build right here is I'll put +1 on ball handle, and then I'll put +5, which is 6 cap breakers, so we can get to 98 3-pointer. And let's just say you feel like your driver duck is too low, 75, you can put +1 to make it an 80. And then look at the defense. You can still cap break your defense, y'all. Like, really think about this. This might be a all year round build. You know what I'm trying to say? Let's just say you feel like your agility is a little low. You want an 85 agility. Boom, +2. That's 7 cap breakers right there. And then let's just say you want to up your interior defense real quick. Boom, that's 8 cap breakers right there to get a 57 interior defense. So all I'm gonna say is, bro, these builds that I'm cooking up are cap breaker builds. These builds will only go crazy if they have cap breakers. Hopefully y'all enjoy this build, y'all like it, y'all make it, especially if you have 8 cap breakers like me. We gonna go ahead and go on to version 2 though. So for this second version play shot, is going to be the Guard University edition, the one that I posted in my Guard University video. This one is going to have a 6'4" wingspan, 178 weight, and obviously 6'4" height. This guard build is going to be a little different when it comes to finishing. For the driving duck, we're going to go ahead and put the driving duck to an 80. Then we're going to go ahead and put the driving duck to a 77. You already know how I feel about the driving lip. And then the close shot is going to stay like that just for now because it's going to go up regardless. Now for the shooting, what's going to be different is from a 93 3-point shot on the other guard build to a 94. You already know how I feel about putting +5 cap breakers on 3-pointer to make it to 99. It's way too good not to have. Obviously, the mid-range shot is going to go up as well because your 3-pointer went up, and then the free throw is just going to stay like this just for now. We're going to go into the playmaking. So for the pass accuracy, it's going to be a 70. Last build had a 71 because I can simply put a 71. On this build, I just couldn't. You know what I'm trying to say? I tried to. I just couldn't. You already know how I feel about pass accuracy. The ball handler is going to be set to a 92 instead of a 91, and the speed ball is going to be a 91 for Lightning Launcher Hall of Fame. So for the defense, it's going to be a little different. 82 perimeter defense, and then we're going to go ahead and go with 60 steal because we're going to manipulate this build with cap breakers. You know what I'm trying to say? You could do that this year if you know what you're doing. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I did. And then the block is going to be a 61. The interior defense is going to be set to a 44. Now, the reason why I cannot put the interior defense higher than a 44 on this build is because the rest of the stats is just going to be too overwhelming. We're going to go on to the rebounding. Obviously, we're not going to really put rebounding on this build because we are 6'4". We're not going to be rebounding, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's not needed. So for the physicals, the speed, leave the speed as it is. Put the agility to an 83, and then boom, 99 and 99. We're going to leave the strength and vertical just as the way that they are. Both builds are similar, even though the last build was really the last build, you know what I'm trying to say, that I made. This was the first one. This was the Guard University version. So with that being said though, y'all, as you can see, the stats are similar, but it's really not the same build when you really take a closer look at it. You know what I mean? Especially when you add on cap breakers and stuff like that. Speaking of cap breakers, let's get into the breakdown real quick. So yeah, this is how the build looks with no cap breakers and stuff like that. But I would say the sweet spot for this build is 7 to 8. All right, y'all, 7 to 8 cap breakers. You really do not want to make this guard build until you have 7 to 8 cap breakers, because how I made this guard build is to finesse the steal. I manipulated the builder, basically putting my steal down to a 60 and then putting +2 cap breakers on my steal to make it a 73 so I could get interceptor on silver. You know what I'm trying to say? Even with an 82 perimeter defense, and then with a 99-3, you know what I'm trying to say, which is +5. So 94 +5 is a 99-3 to get those legend shooting badges, which are key in this game. Not key, but just extremely broken. All right, y'all, it's crazy to have a 99 3-pointer in the game that's so easy to shoot in. So just imagine that, you know what I'm trying to say. And let's just say you got 8, that means you have 1 more cap breaker. You can literally put any cap breaker wherever you want for that last one. So the sweet spot is really around 7 cap breakers. So I'm telling y'all, this is an all year round build. You can make this build as of right now, and it will last you all the way into the end of the year with 6'4" guard build. You want to choose shooting specialization, especially if you want to get jiggy. Now that's your choice whether y'all want to go playmaking or shooting specialization. I'll go shooting specialization on every single one of my guard builds because I want those free shooting cap breakers. You know what I'm trying to say? It's literally free for just grinding the game and stuff like that. So it's really up to y'all. You really just want to pick your poison, you know what I'm trying to say? Especially with this guard build right here. The last version had a little bit more defense, had an 85 steal and an 82 perimeter. Both versions are tough. This guard build, because it has a 99 3-pointer, or you can get a 99 3-pointer. The last version, because you can get an 85 steal, you know, with a little bit less drive it dunk, and a 98 3-pointer as well. So you really just have to choose which one that y'all want to make. So that's the end of the video right there. I gave y'all two versions, two options that you could choose from. Me personally, I'll choose both of them. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? Because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. 98-3, 99-3 is two versions. One has more defense. The other one has less defense. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. You know what I'm trying to say? It's still a meta 6'4 play shot build. You know what I'm trying to say? I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and more importantly, turn on all post notifications so you do not miss another video from me. 40K is on the way. If you have not hit that subscribe button to become part of the 40K family, you are tripping. But there's 5 more days into this month, so I'm gonna try to give y'all a couple more bangers. I love y'all boys so much. I'll see y'all boys in the next one.